Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we'll be learning about software and data integrity failures. So it's a new category in 2021 that focus on making assumptions related to software updates, critical data and CI/CD pipelines without verifying the integrity. So what is integrity here? Integrity means that the data can be trusted, it should be maintained in a correct state, kept so that it may not be tampered with and should be correct, authentic and reliable. So that is a definition of integrity which I found from internet. So let's go ahead and see the next one, description. So basically the software and data integrity failures relate to the code and infrastructure that does not protect against the integrity violations. So an example of this is when an application relies upon plugins, libraries or modules from untrusted sources or repositories. So let's go ahead and see the slide 3. So as we can see, in 2017 there was no such category, but in 2021 this category has been found based on few factors which we'll be seeing in the next slide. So these are the few factors which affected its position, which made it to the 8th position in the OWASP top 10. And you can see the total number of CVs found were more than 1,000. So before jumping into the prevention methods, let's look into a few scenarios. So the first scenario is updating without signing. So many routers, so obviously we'll be having many routers and set-top boxes in our houses. So let's consider there is routers and few set-top boxes, or we can also just consider the routers. So however, like we'll be getting firmware updates right from their organizations. So when they send it, it will be updated to the new firmware, like how we get the updates from our Android phones or iPhones. Like it will be always changing, right? Like 14.0, then 14.0.1 and so on, etc. So this is how the updates will be going. So many home routers and set-top boxes, devices, firmwares and others do not verify the updates via signed firmware. So unsigned firmware is going targeted for the attackers and is expected to get most worse in the future. So what is here the signed firmware, right? So basically the signed firmware is implemented when a software vendor signs the firmware image with a private key. So when the firmware has the signature attached to it, a device will validate the firmware before accepting to install it. So like let's say I'm just sending the software update to this router, but this router has to check whether it is from the trusted source or not. I just can't download from the the updates which I'm getting from the random websites or from random servers. So I need to verify it using the signed firmware. According to the OWASP, there are many devices which are not verifying the updates via signed firmware. So it's going popular nowadays. And coming to the another scenario, it is SolarWinds Orion attack, which is the renowned attack, and it has affected more than 18,000 organizations around the world. So these are some of the scenarios which are mentioned in the OWASP. So let's look into the slide 5, which is the prevention methods. So one way is use digital signatures to verify the data or software. The second one is ensuring that the libraries and dependencies are consumed from the trusted sources, and we can also use tools like OWASP dependencies to verify whether there are known vulnerabilities or not. So these are few prevention methods which I took from OWASP, and all the content mentioned in this presentation is from OWASP. So I'll be also keeping this in the description for your reference so that you can get more idea about this vulnerability. So I hope you guys have understood the concept of today's video. If you have liked the video, please click the like button below, and if you don't subscribe to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and please share the video. Thanks everyone.